lot of people become successful by pushing. He's not that type of guy. He becomes successful by leading.
He knows what he wants. He doesn't quit.
Richard is a good man with a big responsibility in his hands.
On November 26, 1952, in the Santurce district of San Juan, Richard Carrion was born surrounded by one of the most important native banking traditions of the country, Banco Popular de Puerto Rico. Like his father and grandfather before him, Richard would eventually become the leader of Banco Popular. But it was at home that Richard learned his most important lessons about how to continue the unique traditions that made Banco Popular what it was and still is today.
It was very hard always to separate the bank from the family. Whenever we were together, that's all I would hear them talk about. And, the bank was always a part of us. It's always been a part of us.
It was there that he learned that banking isn't just about transactions, but about relationships, and that the most important thing is the people, that a transaction or financial arrangement must be good for both parties. Richard went on to receive a bachelor's degree from Wharton School of Finance and Commerce in 1975, and a master's degree in Management Information Systems from MIT in 1976. But surprisingly, Richard didn't plan on returning to Puerto Rico, let alone the bank.
I needed a summer job, and they gave me a job, and that was 26 years ago, and I haven't stopped. I just connected with something that had always been a part of me, and said, this is what I want to be.
Since taking the helm of Banco Popular, its profits and assets have increased tremendously.
He has done this by having a vision of giving better service to customers, new services, diversifying. And today the bank is Puerto Rico's most important financial institution, and he's undoubtedly the island's most outstanding businessman.
For me, Richard Carrion is a real banker. He has banking in his blood, and he's one of the most important economists in America.
One thing that I think characterizes Richard, he has a vision. Not only a vision of what Puerto Rico is all about, but also in terms of what he wants his institution to be known as.
He placed us definitely in the electronic age. He saw that vision between telecommunications and bank services, that were going to intermingle. And he saw that way ahead of anybody else here in Puerto Rico. So a lot of capital has been devoted to that. And we are beginning to see the benefits of that vision that was 25 years ago.
I would say that one of his major accomplishments was the merger of Banco Popular and Banco de Ponce. The merger allowed Banco Popular to prepare and be ready for the future.
And Richard hasn't limited offering his financial expertise to the bank alone. He serves on numerous committees and boards, bringing to them the same values and ideals he uses to guide Banco Popular.
Richard serves on the Finance Council of the Archdiocese of San Juan. That's the council that serves as an advisory board to the Archbishop, and people like Richard are generous with their time, their talent, and their treasure in helping us.
He's smart, he's got great judgment, he's got great business experience, he's global. So he adds a dimension to our business that we wouldn't get without somebody like him, and particularly with all of the great values that he brings to the table and all of the great experience that he has in running Banco Popular.
Richard's commitment to people goes well beyond the customers of the bank and other business organizations. His belief that it is essential that the community around you is also doing well is evidenced by his continued support of the Banco Popular Foundation, first begun by his father, and by his own personal involvement in the community.
I believe he has a true, honest commitment to the people of this island. It's strongly visible in his contributions in the arts and the sports, which he's very involved in. But more than that, just a really honest commitment and desire to help out in any way he can.
I'm really proud of the fact that he's kept on with the tradition of Banco Popular, the fact to give something back to the people, to the island. And he's just maintained that tradition.
His interest is always to make a better Puerto Rico, a better place to live. And that has been, I think, one of the major effects that he has had in Puerto Rico. And the bank that he presides is truly identified with the community.
He has shared with us that our kids, even when they are disabled, he look at them and see their abilities. That's why he's so committed with us to help them to achieve everything that they has the potential to achieve.
We can be talking about the school or about our children, about our barrio, and he immediately throws a question on how are we going to do more of this for the country? How are we going to make our Puerto Rico better? How are we going to make our children better? He doesn't only raises the question and the invitation, he follows through, he calls back, and he starts where he left it. Remember what we talked? What are we going to do about it?
The success of Banco Popular, his involvement in so many other activities, and his philanthropic efforts have not clouded Richard's vision as to what is truly important.
My very, very immediate family that I've created, and you see yourself in that, and it's wonderful to watch your children grow up and watch them begin to experience life and watch them bump into each other and bump into life.
Some of our favorite memories are made in El Perugino, this restaurant where we always sit down and we have dinner. We talk about our week, Dad's work and his trips.
At the end of the day, it's what you live for.